So in general, you consider here three zeros I'm going to take here. Alpha, beta and gamma are the three zeros of the cubic polynomial. So cubic means the degree will be 3. You are getting 3 solutions here. In quadratic, the degree of the polynomial will be 2. So you'll get only 2 solutions. Here alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of the polynomial. Which polynomial is this? Cubic polynomial, because you'll get 3 solutions as well as the degree is 3. So here the sum of the, for example, you take here p of x is equals to, so consider general cubic polynomial, that is p of x is equals to ax cube, because cubic polynomial is so ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So here d is the constant. Here this d is the constant and a, b, c are the coefficients of the variable x. So then you write the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the cubic polynomial. So first one we should consider the sum of the zeros. Sum of zeros, that is they are taken here, 3 zeros are 3 solutions. So alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b by a. So same formula, so but we are taken here 3 different solutions are 3 zeros of the polynomial. This is the formula to find out the sum of the zeros in cubic polynomial, that is minus b by a. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b by a minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. That is, here also the condition should be a should not be equal to 0, because there is rational number condition, the denominator should not be equal to 0. If it is 0, we can't define the value. So a should not be equal to 0. Then you write the next one, that is the product of zeros. So product of zeros, that is product of zeros, that is we are taken here alpha plus alpha, beta and gamma. 3 different values we are taken here. Write that alpha into beta into gamma, that is equals to, so there in quadratic polynomial, that is c is the constant, but here the constant, what is the constant here? D is the constant. So the value becomes, the formula becomes minus d by a. So this is the formula to find out the product of the zeros in cubic polynomial, that is alpha into beta into gamma, that is equals to minus d by a. So minus of constant divided by coefficient of x cube. Okay. So next one, that is, next one it is the sum will be taken as like I'll show now. So we are written the sum of the zeros alpha plus beta plus gamma, and we have taken the coefficient of x square as well as coefficient of x cube, and in product we have taken the constant as well as the coefficient of x cube, but the remaining is the coefficient of x. So how to write the sum of 3? So the next relation is we can write the sum of alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha, that is we are taken here it as minus c by a. So here c is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x cube. This is the formula to find out the relationship between 3 different zeros and the coefficients of variable in a polynomial, cubic polynomial. Okay. So the next one it is, next one, if you know this relationship between the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros, if you know the values or roots of the equation, that is alpha and beta values, if you know the alpha and beta values in quadratic polynomial, in quadratic polynomial, as well as if you find out the alpha plus beta and alpha into beta value, if you find out these two, we can easily construct a quadratic polynomial using the formula. Below formula, I'll give the formula how to construct the quadratic polynomial when you are having alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. That is sum of the two roots and product of two roots value. So here that is k into x square. This is a big bracket. X square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. So if you know this standard formula, so when you are when suppose sometimes they will give in the problem, find out the sum of zeros and product of zeros and construct a quadratic polynomial. They can ask like that. So if you know these two values, first you should find out the alpha and beta value, then alpha into beta, alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. If you know these two values, you can easily construct the quadratic polynomial by substituting the values. This is the standard formula how to construct the quadratic polynomial if the roots are alpha and beta. Okay, so this is about the relationship between zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments. So next video I'll continue the next, okay, next tomorrow's topic. Thank you.